I've been feeling guilty, y'all, because I really been letting my mouth just, be free lately. You know what I mean? Using all kind of cuss words and everything. And, I really need to slow down because, the children are watching as well as I want them to. You know what I mean? But hell, man, the news, yo, it just gets crazier. It's hard not to cuss when shit like this is going on.
The woman who says she's a regular customer at J. Alexander's claims she was asked to give up her seat for 2 white men.
What in the Jim Crow is happening here?
But it didn't end there. Here is the video of what happened next. You were watching cell phone video taken at J. Alexander's in West Bloomfield last Thursday after a woman claimed she was denied service because of her race.
Sir, this woman just was treating me like trash.
That's according to Maurice Davis, who has now filed a class action lawsuit against the restaurant.
This type of behavior is archaic racism, reminiscent of the black men and women in the 1950s.
It all started when Leah Gantz says she was sitting at the bar and was asked to give up her seat for 2 white men. When she refused, she claims the bartender denied her service and poured her drink down the sink.
And I had done nothing wrong. It made me feel invisible. It made me feel as if I didn't deserve to be there. And I immediately got up and went to management. She said that I shouldn't be upset because the drink was not thrown on me.
When a black customer tried to stand up for Miss Gant and her friend, a white customer began yelling at him and then threw food at him. Gant was recording.
He threw that.
West Bloomfield police were called, but Mr. Davis claims the management protected the white customer, helping him leave through the back.
That manager chose the side that says it's okay to be racist towards your black patrons. It's okay to deny them service. It's okay to deny them their basic humanity.
That same night, Jarek Jefferson, who had never met Miss Gant before, was there celebrating his anniversary with his wife. He says they had horrible service and tried to talk to management about it.
The manager, she was totally dismissive of our concerns, and basically when I pointed out to her that we were feeling like we were racially profiled based on observations in the restaurant with respect to how they interacted with white patrons, Molly simply stated to us that she's walking away.
He said all of a sudden an Arab man came out, called him the N-word, and told them to leave.
That's not coincidental. This restaurant has a culture of racism.
J. Alexander's issued a statement which calls it an unfortunate incident that their staff tried to defuse. They say they have a strict non-discrimination policy and do not tolerate any inappropriate behavior from guests or staff.
I want them to be terminated because I feel as if today I should be able to walk into a restaurant and order whatever I want. I should not be forced to get out of my seat.
Well, Davis says West Bloomfield police have identified the suspect and has assigned a detective to this case. They are happy with how police are handling it to this point.
This is a class action lawsuit. There could be other victims who will also come forward.
And Mr. Jefferson said actually when he first went public with this on Friday on Fox 2 that since then he's had hundreds of phone calls from people who have know him or just friends who have said that they've experienced some of the same issues at that restaurant. So it'll be interesting to see if there are more people who come forward.
Likely headed to court.
Mm-hmm.
They asked her to get up like she was Rosa Parks. And she said, nah, B. Realize where we are in the spectrum of white supremacy. We are at the point where they are requesting us to get out of our seats now. I mean, they were already killing us. But, now they're taking back basic. I mean, how basic is breathing, though, when you really think about it. But you get what I'm trying to say. Like, we're not moving forward here. We're not making progress here. We're going backwards. You guys see that, right? Okay. One thing I will say about this sister, I loved her poise. She sat there. She stated her case. She didn't put on a whole black pain porn show for the white supremacists. See, this is what I don't think you guys really understand. That when you cry for the cameras, okay, I'm assuming that you're crying for the camera because you want someone to sympathize with you, to empathize with you, to feel your pain, to know where you're coming from. That's not going to happen with the white supremacists. So understand. Matter of fact, I'm going to make this visual for you, okay? So you could really see how they don't care. So back in the day, not only did they lynch us pretty much at will. You realize they made postcards of our lynchings? Do you realize that they sold body parts from the lynchings? An eyewitness to the lynching of Luther Holbert and his wife, Negroes, which took place in Doddsville yesterday, today gave the Evening Post the following details concerning retribution exacted from the couple prior to their cremation yesterday. When the two Negroes were captured, they were tied to trees while funeral pyres were being prepared. They were being forced to hold out their hands while one finger at a time was chopped off. Their fingers were distributed as souvenirs. The ears of the murderers were cut off. Holbert was beaten severely, his skull was fractured, and one of his eyes knocked out with a stick hung by a shred from the socket. Some of the mob used large corkscrews to bore into the flesh of the man and woman. It was applied to their arms, legs, and body, then pulled out the spirals, tearing out big pieces of raw, quivering flesh every time it was withdrawn. Meaning that people, white supremacists, bought the body parts from the lynchings and kept them as souvenirs. Some people said they ate them. So understand, you cannot ask people who murdered your ancestors and put their murdered dead bodies on a postcard, then put that postcard on the shelf in a store, because this was before the internet. People then walked into said store, bought the postcard with our dead ancestors, our murdered ancestors, pictures of their corpses on these postcards. They bought the postcard, then wrote cute little messages to their family and friends, licked the stamp, and mailed it on its merry way. And then the person receiving the postcard goes, such and such sent me a postcard today. Look at this. You're asking these people to see your pain? Not gonna happen. We had an incident that happened this weekend with a pregnant lawmaker. I'm not gonna make a video on it because now they don't even know if she's telling the truth. I don't know what's going on, and I don't want to read y'all's comments if I get it wrong, so I will wait. But what I will say is they don't care you pregnant, girl. I mean, if this really happened, they don't care if you pregnant. You realize that they would lynch pregnant women while the pregnant woman is hanging and the baby is kicking. They would split open her stomach and take bets on who would die first, the baby or the mother. They would also split open the stomach and just stomp on the baby's head. They used our babies as alligator bait. They used our babies as step stools. You think they care about you because you're carrying a baby? They shot that sister when they thought she was pregnant. No one cares that you're pregnant. Stop crying. Like I said, they took our pain and put it on a postcard. All you're doing, all of this, they hurt me and all that. All you're doing is making black pain porn. The white supremacists enjoy watching you cry, watching you get upset. They enjoy it. I think they jerk off to it. It's almost sexual gratification. Okay? Stop crying on camera. Be like this young lady. Stand there, state facts, and get out the, get off the camera. Not only that, but did you hear the brother? The brother was talking about how they are known for their racism. So why is y'all eating there? If they known for their racism, why are y'all eating there? Why? Why?